Hello and welcome to Comic Solving Problems. I'm Stephen Allen.
And I'm Eric McElroy. Hello, good evening, and welcome to the show that the Prime Minister says is safe to watch, even though it's been banned in parts of Europe. We all know to believe what the British Prime Minister says because he's never lied to us. He's just lied to everyone who's ever loved him. So it's very nice to have you all here. We are going to be going through some of the biggest problems in the news and solving them over the course of the next 30 to 40 minutes. Whilst you're watching the show, we do encourage you to join us on the YouTube channel. The main channel link, which I think Steve will pop up if he can, is there. That's where the best chat is, and we'll be checking with you throughout the show. But we do try and keep an eye on other chat in Facebook, in Twitter, in Trovo. Is that right, Steve?
Yeah.
Did I say it correctly?
Don't know if we've got any Trovo viewers. I say viewers.
We'll
Viewer
find out.
Yet.
Viewer. Yep. It's where all the kids go. I don't know why we're there. So join us in the chat if you can and message us throughout the show. If you want to pop us a problem, if we have time, we'll take a look at it as we do. And also, if you are watching on the main YouTube channel, we've been told to ask for your like. So we're not going to ask for the commitment of subscribing. We know it's only the beginning of the show. You're like, hey, dude, that's like third base stuff. We're only asking for like a punt to first base. And I know none of you know any baseball analogies, but just click the like button. And that's what the analytics say anyway. And we all know the analytics can never go wrong. That's why I now get offered snoring ads because I've been leaving my phone on next to my bed. Don't know why. Not really sure. Not really sure. And if you do enjoy the show, as you're watching it, you feel and you think, oh, these guys are good. We know they can't work because they're still in lockdown. Feel free to join us on Ko-fi, where you can buy us the equivalent of a Ko-fi there. That never gets old, Steve, does it?
Ko-fi.
Never. Ko-fi. You can see what they've done. I bet that took them days. Anyway, so you can buy us a coffee there. And also thank you if you pre-booked a ticket on Crack Comedy and our little partnership with them. So I think that's all the preamble. We are going to solve some problems. Steve, solve.
I will attempt to solve the problem of the vaccine. Actually, I suppose it's two problems that we're dealing with the vaccine at the moment. So just to make sure we're all on the same page, a little recap, we're dealing with the fact that the AstraZeneca one is, there are some suggestions of links with blood clots and problems with vaccine supply, meaning concerns about whether enough people will get vaccinated. So now that we know those two things, that's the place where we start from. So let's go through these one at a time. The issue of the supply. What did Matt Hancock say about this?
Vaccine supply is always lumpy.
Maybe you don't say lumpy if people are worried about blood clots. You know what I mean? Feels like lumpy is the wrong word when blood clots are on the mind. People are be sat there. No one wants an injection that you feel like you got to chew while you're having it. Getting that on the back of the throat. Oh, dearie me. But the worry is we won't get enough of it and it might impact us. We saw in one news story saying that by April, we could see a reduction in our vaccines. So there is a chance, it's a slim chance, but there is a chance that this will resolve itself with a phone call like this. Hello, Mr. Hancock? Yes, hello. You know how we had said that from the start of April we wouldn't be able to provide all of those doses of the vaccine? Well, April Fool. Oh, look at your face. It really is priceless. Yeah. It could be. It might not be, but it could be. And then there's the issue to do with the blood clots. The AstraZeneca one has been linked to it. We saw that the 5 Brits had blood clots after having the AstraZeneca one. And look, let's go back to basics on this as well. Let's start right at the beginning. What could be causing blood clots? Earlier on, TV's Dr. Hilary Jones was on TV, being Dr. Hilary Jones, and he said,
we do know there's a link between smoking or sitting still for long periods of time.
And maybe people have been sitting still more over the last year? It's worth bearing in mind. I will freely admit I am high risk. If that's a contributing factor, oh, that is awkward. Because you don't think about it when you're at home. We all know about blood clots when you're on a long-haul flight, or DVTs as they're known, or Dalton Thrombo, to give it its street name. Everyone worries. You see people getting on planes starting to pull massive weird stockings like some sort of Spanx for your calves. They wear those kind of things. It looks like they're putting their thermals on before going to Jamaica. You see them and you think, you have misjudged the weather over there. but that's the level of preparedness that people put in to avoiding blood clots when they're flying. When you're sitting on your ass just watching Netflix. So that's worth bearing in mind when it comes to the DVT. But also I think we need to go through some of the maths. So if we look at this, it's fewer than 40 cases in the 17 million people who have been vaccinated using that vaccine. So we can just have a look at the maths for a second.
Oh, good.
And that gives us, you take your 40, you divide it by 17 million, you times by 100 to make it a percentage, 0.002%.
Man, I'm not getting it.
That is a low percentage. And oddly enough, as a coincidence, also the percentage score I got on Rotten Tomatoes with my directorial debut of Stephen Allen's version of Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. Spoiler alert, it's just 2 hours and 4 minutes of footage of a cat on a hot tin roof. Certificate 18 because the roof was too hot. You don't want to know how it ends. So, but that was a side point. So we know the percentage 0.002 in terms of the vaccine. So what I thought I'd do to try and compare it is look at this piece of information. So 900,000 Americans get blood clots every year. Now it's 328 million people live in America, and we've had a quarter of a year since we've started having these injections. So, to do the maths again, you put it in, that's 0.07%. That is way more than the number of people. If anything, it looks like the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine should be used as a treatment for blood clots. You are doing really well. People don't seem to be getting their head around the fact that just because something is happening and someone had a vaccine doesn't necessarily mean they're linked. If you find someone who had the Pfizer vaccine and also won the lottery, doesn't mean having that vaccine means you're more likely to win the lottery. These are just two things happening at the same time. And that is what I say to anyone in the UK who's worried about getting that vaccine. To anyone in Europe, I'd say, don't trust it. Sounds like it's gritty. You wouldn't like it. Why don't you send all the ones you don't want over to us? Maybe around the start of April time would be a good time to get them sent. So that's my hot take on the I think I've actually solved the vaccine problem there, by the way.
I think you definitely have. I mean, you've obviously used, I think, is that calculus that you used to come up with those figures?
I think it's pronounced calculator,
yeah, I think it's the same thing. So, I mean, most people, don't try those maths at home, guys. Don't even try the math.
I showed my workings though. This is why I did screenshots. Look, look, you can see it above the number. I got my numbers times by, and divided by.
But there's no way to prove if that's correct.
No one knows.
It's unknowable, as all maths are. That TV doctor seemed very TV. Maybe that's why we're on the YouTube TV versus the TV. When you said TV doctor, you were right. Yeah. He just sounded smooth as silk.
Oh, Dr. Hilary Jones is all about the smooth.
Oh, that is good. I bet if he gave you a shot, you wouldn't even feel it.
Well, shot, you'd be there. He's the only doctor that you'd be there and be going like, maybe I'm due for my prostate test again. Just saying. They're on the side of caution.
I remember those kind of days. Just getting out of the house.
It's not the same these days, is it?
By another human being.
Having your doctor's appointment via Skype, trying to get your old phone up there, it's not as good.
It's not the same. Thank God they got the torch on these things. They've improved those.
Oh dear. Yeah, make sure you leave it plugged in because you need to pull that back somehow.
Oh yeah. The extra power. So, there we go. If you enjoy Steve Maths, you can add some maths to our bank account right there. And should we check out what is happening in the comments? Should we do that with a comment? You've got a comment cam, Steve, don't you? Do you want to go to your comment cam? There you go. And there we go. And oh, looky here. What's that? Is that a little bit of comment cam going on over here? Look at that. Mm-hmm.
Good comment cam. Good cam.
Got it. So now I can do the cam.
Give us your cams again. Front cam.
Cam. Side cam. You see where your hard-earned money goes, guys? Those of you who've contributed in the past?
You're actually sat watching this. People going from one camera.
All right. It's meant to be comment cam. Let's say Brett was the first one to say evening all. So good evening, Brett.
Evening all.
And then Jack said hello. We don't want to leave him out. And Victoria's there as well. Hello.
Brit says, hopefully none has needed the screaming pillow today. It's all the way over there. I'm not prepared. If I need to scream, I'm going to have to press mute. Oh, I don't have a mute function, but we do have comment cam.
We do have comment cam. We've got multiple comment cams. Someone's asked where I am. Where about in the U.S. are you, Eric? That's Adam. I'm not in the U.S. anymore. I am in Britain. That's why I have this mug right here, so I don't forget where I'm at. Is that in shot? Yeah, there it is. I'm from America, but I left.
Chris, by the way, says, evening, chaps. He's watching on Trovo.
Hey, nice. Our Trovo dude. Trovo. We need a Trovo music. Yeah. So I can go here. Trovo.
And Adam also says word, which fits perfectly to the that I did. So this is suddenly becoming the most street thing anyone's ever seen broadcast on these platforms.
That's brilliant. Victoria said, just hope Matt Hancock doesn't get his drinking buddies company to fill in the vaccine gap. That's true. Look, they'll spend loads. They'll spend billions on that. One shot.
9 minutes in, says Jack, and you're already in chocolate pocket land. What?
No.
Did I do a bum joke?
Oh, talking about the camera.
Oh,
the prostate exam.
Yeah. So I sat there and written jokes about the vaccine all afternoon, being like, as much as I'd just love to do a silly story, we should actually deal with the news. And you're right, straight off the back of it, we were like, Dr. Hilary Jones, here's my camera up my bum.
Yeah. And let's see, what else has Brent said? You mean you guys haven't been wearing the special sofa potato footwear, aka SPF? They've been telling us for the last year to wear at least SPF 30. Boom boom tish.
She's having a great
She's
time.
She's at her own
comments.
boom boom tish.
Yeah. And then says side cam method realness. Side cam.
That's right. That's right. And in addition, I mean, what's important to know, because you don't want to get confused with side cam. So there's different functions that we do during the show. Obviously here, this is where we're doing comedy. This is comedy cam. Here, we're checking the cam. But what if I want to check to thank someone for doing a donation? Because you guys frequently donate to the show. And sometimes you might be thinking, how do we differentiate between that, Eric? We're confused. Well, that's where we got Ko-fi cam right over here. Yes. I've gone for a third camera. Steve only has 2.
He's gone triple cam.
I've got 3. So thank you very much for your donations on the Ko-fi cam. Look at that. Oh, we're already at, thank you very much to Susan for making a donation there. You see, now you get your own dedicated camera to say thank you.
Ko-fi
so
cam.
There we go.
Says Chris.
Ko-fi cam.
More like bookshelf cam. Let's have a look again.
It's got the bookshelf going on. It means I've had to tell you more of my office because there's more that you can see. So, and it zooms. That's the reason why it's so zoomed in, is because the camera doesn't change focal point. It can only get closer, and no one wants to get that close to me, especially my wife.
Nice. And Rick says, hello, gents. Thanks for making quick work of the vaccine. Can you have a go at track and trace? Yeah, probably should have done that a while ago. Should have actually sorted that out. Would have been useful. Oh well.
Been helpful. Yep. And yeah.
I think we're
bookshelf cam.
So you can keep them. If you're watching on the main YouTube, you can comment there. Get yourself subscribed and like whatever you're watching. Click like. It would very much help. Join in with the messages and whatnot. But meanwhile, Mr. Eric McElroy, do you have a problem?
I do, and it's similar actually to the problem that you've just discussed, but this is taking a stateside view, and it's the problem of believing, Steve. The problem in believing in something called the vaccine. So they're having issues of it over there, especially in what they call the red states that went for Donald Trump, and his supporters in particular seem to be struggling with the concept of the vaccine. I guess years of telling people not to believe in experts and not to believe in science started to have an impact on some of your followers. Now, Trump has decided that it's time to show some real leadership in that. And it goes back, actually, to when he had the vaccine in secret in the White House when he was still president. And he thought, you know what? I'm really going to step forward and try and save some of my supporters. So I'm going to go on television, not be in camera, and tell people in an off-camera interview about me having the vaccine, which he did here.
So, Mr. President, I know that you received the vaccine. Mrs. Trump also got the vaccine. Would you recommend to our audience that they get the vaccine then?
I would recommend it, and I would recommend it to a lot of people that don't want to get it, and a lot of those people voted for me, frankly. But
yeah, I mean, who wouldn't believe the man that had Trump steaks, Trump vodka, Trump airlines, Trump casinos, Trump University, all of those wonderful businesses which don't exist anymore? I mean, when he endorses something, fuck, no one's going to get the vaccine anymore. But he probably has realized that his supporters might be struggling to get the vaccine. He wants to run in 2024. Sorry, he wants people to think he's running in 2024 so that he can bilk them for campaign money, which he can reallocate towards his own personal things. So he needs to keep them alive because the numbers don't look good, which we can see right
According
here.
to NPR and PBS NewsHour Marist poll, 47% who support the former president say they will not try to get the vaccine.
Yep, it's time for something else they don't believe in, natural selection. So who are these people, Steve? CNN wanted to find out, and here they started talking to them here.
It's breakfast time in Boise City, Oklahoma. And I have this question.
Does anybody in this restaurant think it's a good idea to take the vaccine? No. Raise your hand if you think it's a good idea. Anyone here, it's a good idea to take the vaccine? Raise your hand if you think it's a good idea.
Bueller? Anyone? Now, I'm not surprising any of them raise their hands. They really don't believe in voting. I mean, they clearly don't believe in democracy based on the insurrection in January. But, I don't want to be one of those liberal blah, blah, blahs. Let's say they must have some good reasons for not wanting to take the vaccine, like this.
These women are sisters, and they too are doubters.
Why are you doubtful?
They just started rolling them out.
Well, yeah, but this has been a worldwide effort by great
doctors. Claim that the flu can be cured, but still hundreds of thousands of people die from the flu.
Well, yes, a lot of people die from the flu.
Yeah, I mean, the flu, people still get the flu. It's not been cured. I mean, you get this vaccine, it might not save you. I mean, I can't fly, so I'm not getting in an airplane. I can't breathe underwater, so I'll never watch Aquaman. I mean, these things are all related, Steve. You got one thing, and you take a random another thing, and you put them together, and you don't make any fucking sense. So this interview happened before Trump went on Fox and said that he had taken the vaccine and he would recommend it. But people wondered if he would ever come out. And so the reporter actually asked Trump supporters if Trump recommended it, would it make a difference at this point? And this was their response.
What if President Trump came out and was very robust and said, take the vaccine? I took it even though I didn't tell anybody about it. It was kind of done secretly, but I think you should take it. He said it a little bit, but he hasn't been robust about it. If he was robust and said, take it, would you?
No. Trump's a liberal New Yorker. Why would we listen to him either?
How quickly have they remembered Trump's New York liberal roots? Because New Yorkers don't want to remember them. So basically, I mean, that's it. See, you lose one insurrection, Steve, and immediately you're back to being a lefty New Yorker again. So you think, oh, God, all these... I mean, I guess, you could go to any place in the world and find people that are going to act in ignorance or not act in their best interest and so on. But you'll be pleased to know that there was one guy who did decide to take the vaccine. You think, oh, did he believe in science? Did he believe in Trump? He had the best reason ever.
Are you going to take the vaccine?
I have taken it.
And what made you decide to take it?
My wife.
Yeah. You want to stay married, Steve? You just do what the wife says. You want me to inject this bleach in my... Yes, do it. That's why Trump did the bleach thing, because Melania was telling him to inject bleach for years. Now, Steve, I mean, do you think the vaccine is safe to take? The various vaccines?
I would say yes. I would, given a choice between dying of a disease or having a vaccine for it, I would go for the vaccine. Yeah. Crazy. All
right, well, you can believe in that. Yeah. And as we've discussed many times, that you have this belief in science. And I know we've kind of argued about it and had funny banter about it and stuff, that you think, it's based on, facts and testing and so on. But one of the women that was interviewed, I thought, had the best response the next time you try and push that science down my throat.
I will just agree to disagree on this subject, I guess.
There you go. Just based on no factual knowledge. Yeah. No idea. Just agree to disagree. And you know what? You would agree with her, Steve, because she has a gun.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, if you like guns, then actually it really doesn't make that much of a difference if you've got vaccines around. The number of people who get shot in America.
It is a different kind of shot.
Could you do that? Could you find a way of mandating that all bullets should have a little bit of vaccine right on the tip, so that everyone who gets shot gets vaccinated, and all of a sudden, big percentages?
That would actually be the one thing that might stop gun violence in America, is if people believed it was healthy for you to get shot, and that those liberal New Yorkers wanted you to do it. That might be the one thing that does it, Steve.
Oh dear. There are so many good clips in there. Firstly, he called it a restaurant. Stretch.
What? That's a nice place.
Okay.
You've never been to America, have you?
No, I haven't. But I've been to places where they just have the tomato ketchup just on the table, and they're never a restaurant. And I also like the fact that when the camera pans across all of them, I wonder which clip it was. It was early doors. I can't bother to work it out.
It was the third one. Okay. Hold on, I can tell you.
So this one.
It's breakfast time in Boise City, Oklahoma.
Yeah,
and I have this question.
Does anybody in this restaurant think it's a good idea to take the vaccine? Raise your hand if you think it's a good idea.
Do these people look like
anyone here is a good idea
health?
to take the vaccine? Raise your hand if you think it's a good idea.
Do you know what's in the vaccine? I don't know what's in the vaccine. Do you know what's in the burger? Nope. Like either way, you put it inside your body.
I'm sure it was an organic place.
I looked at it.
Fruit smoothies.
The tin roof looked at it. In fact, I recognise that place. That's where I filmed my 2007 directorial debut, Stephen Allen's Cat on a Hot Tin Roof.
To be honest, though, Steve, that would do quite well on YouTube. If we just stuck a random cat in here every now and then.
Just on a hot roof for 2 hours and 4 minutes.
That would do well.
You could tell I was desperate to add more jokes to that section that just decided to do a totally out of nowhere Rotten Tomatoes screen capture. Let's have a look. Adam's enjoying it. He says, and then Sal says, hard to raise your hand when you're dead. Very good point. Anyone raise your hand? Raise your hand. Baking with James says, happy wife, happy life, and empty wallet. Interesting. Adam, I had my vaccine and I'm fine. Look like Odd Bod Jr., but brilliant. We're going comment. We're going full in comment cam.
Yeah, I'm on the cam. I'm just trying to see where you're at here on the cam. I'm not used to actually having this much access to cam. This is exciting. I do a different kind of cam. Okay, bookshelf cam. Yep. Happy wife, happy life, and empty wallet.
Yeah.
There we go. That's true. What else have we got
James
here?
says, earlier on, I guess we must have talked about smoking. That would have been one of the causes of the blood clots. And James says, smoking, I like to slow down and possibly use lubricant. Hashtag dad joke. Thank you for chipping that into the show.
Chris has given us a new form of method, transport cafe method. Nice.
For those recent new converts to watching the show, the acting that we do on the show, it's all method acting. Don't think
very much so. Yeah, I did study acting back in the day.
I didn't, and yet we're both bad.
Right, I'm going to pop over here to Ko-fi Cam because I need to say thank you to a few people. Let me just refresh this here. Thank you to Rick and to James. And James is coming to us all the way from Canada. There we go. Got close. Am I in the right cam? I've really confused myself with the cams. There's too many cams now.
Because you've gone from 1 to 3. You're running before you can walk, man.
I can do this. Okay. I believe in myself.
Yeah,
everything is going to be fine.
Basically, we're going to end up watching Eric just going like, everything's going to be fine because I don't know what the what.
Yeah. There I am.
3.
I can do this. Yes, you can, and I will. Thank you very much. No problem.
I can't believe we've never done the Gollum Schmeagol thing.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Well, the problem with doing that is immediately we get flagged for copyright violation and they take the video down.
That's happened to us before. That's happened.
You did put like 10 seconds of it in once.
Yeah, but even though we know that gets us in trouble, we still keep doing it. And why is that? It's because we're stupid.
Oh, that's it. We're going to ask for more Ko-fi money, guys, because that's going to cost us at least 30 quid.
Yeah, they could give us some money on Ko-fi. No, they won't. They don't like you. So.
Jack says I've gone a bit ABBA video.
It's the hair.
Is that?
I'm just jealous.
Oh, comment cam quality circa 94.
I think
I'll have you know,
that is when you.
This is some nice quality stuff going on here.
But your Kofi cam, you said you bought
camera.
back when CompuServe was a thing.
That's that one. I'm not using that cam. That's a spare cam. I could go to a fourth cam. Just realized I was looking at the wrong camera. God damn it.
Right.
So confusing.
Keep the money coming through on the Ko-fi would be very much appreciated. To keep this, you've got to make donations to keep buying cameras for Eric, because at this point, it's going to end up. He'll be able to do that stop motion thing from The Matrix, where you just get one shot from each camera, and he can just be like, "Whoa!" as he misses.
This is the one. Yeah, this is the one we got to get running right here. Remember cams like this? That one is almost 20 years old. Still works. I mean, you just got to lick the USB before you plug it in.
Bayerberg says, "Pay up, and the quality can be upped to 1998 Windows 98."
Or you can just the other thing you do is just like the video if you're watching it on the Comics Solving Problems channel. That helps a lot. That's worth thousands.
And Chris Curling, who's watching us on Trovo, also says next will be the Shakespearean aside cam. But also, if you could like us on Trovo, I don't know what it does, even if there is a thing.
I don't think that's a thing. And Rick has said, I'm on the wrong cam. God damn it. Hold on. Rick has said, I'm new to Steve Schmeagol impression. It doesn't disappoint.
Oh, thank you.
There we go. Did the right cam that time.
Have a skill. Just the
one.
And
then I'm just checking over here. Oh, thanks very much. Kofi's burning up.
All right. On to the next problem. This one, it's the problem of how far should one go during lockdown, because it seems that some people are breaking the rules. An example of that would be this headline that I saw of a woman who caught her boyfriend cheating after she noticed on his Fitbit he'd burnt off 500 calories at 2 a.m. And to be fair, that's actually quite impressive. To be able to burn off 500 calories in 2.5 minutes, I'm impressed. But that's an example of people just sneaking out, going a little bit of a distance. What if one wanted to go further? Well, we have good news for that. It's that the EU has unveiled vaccine passports. It's got a plan that means we could go on holiday. And what I like about this already is that every time we do a clip about vaccine passports, and especially when we put it on TikTok, people get very angry about the whole concept of them. And I can't wait to see the angry people on this story, vaccine passports to let you go on holiday, saying things like this.
Hold up. Are you trying to tell me I need some sort of passport to go on holiday? Never heard anything so stupid in my life.
So that's going to be a difficult sell. However, let's get into some of the details of the various holidays you could go if you get yourself vaccinated. Good news! P&O are putting on cruises where it's only for people who've had both jabs. They will have had both their shots of vaccine. Don't worry, it's only the COVID vaccine. You'll still be able to get salmonella from the buffet and probably some norovirus from wherever the hell that is. So you'll still get the cruise experience. Don't you worry about that. And look, after all of a full year of worrying about getting COVID-19, getting some norovirus is, a change is as good as a rest. That's where your money's going on. But where is this cruise going to go to? Nowhere. It's a cruise that is planned to set off from Southampton. Next stop, Southampton. As you do a lap of places but aren't allowed to get off. Why do that to yourself? Why go on a tour of the freedoms you're no longer allowed? That's like them opening up the pubs, but just so we can watch the pints being pulled. I'd love a bit of that. Not yet. So they're the various things that you could go on holiday-wise. But if you wanted to go further, you can do it from the comfort of your own armchair and therefore the safety. Because the furthest thing I could do in all of my research about how far we've gone, all the way to Mars. And NASA have given us the first recording of their Perseverance rover going for a drive on Mars. And
nice.
So you can do it. You can close your eyes and be transported that far away just to get some sort of an escape from the lockdown of your own home. And we've got the audio. Let's have a listen to what it sounds like when it's going for a drive. I mean, it's not impressive. It's not impressive, is it? Sounds like they forgot to oil it before they sent it up there. I mean, with rusty cogs like that, no wonder they have to call it Perseverance. You know what I do think is really weird, though? is that it's the first time we've had an audio recording from the Red Planet. And what did it record? Itself. Instead of just remaining calm and having a little listen, and there shouldn't be any noise up there, but we could get to hear what it sounds like on Mars. No, in the selfie generation, we spend billions sending a rover to Mars so it can record itself going for a drive. Ridiculous. Then again, I was going to rant about how self-obsessed that is, that the flipping Perseverance rover recorded itself. And then I realised...
Yeah, I don't think you're in a position to judge people for recording themselves.
He makes a good point.
For once.
Yeah. I'm not sure if I've solved anything, but...
I think that guy would get along well with those people having breakfast in Oklahoma.
Yeah. Do you know what? So we chop up the clips every so often and pop them on various social media. And one of the clips we did ages ago where I was arguing with myself, sat in my car dressed like that, someone commented saying, "Give that guy a show." Harsh.
Well, you do work with that other celebrity entertainment reporter, Larry. I'm surprised he hasn't had a show yet.
Yeah.
That guy's good.
Oh, he's good, yeah. So the right-wing guy's good, and the American Entertainment News guy's good.
Yep.
Apparently sounding like Schmiegel's good, and yet me, not a flipping word. No one's saying anything. Great.
If you could just come out as like you've been playing a character all this time.
Yeah.
That would be some real message. Yeah, there you go. Just reveal the mask. What you need in order to do that is the ability...
Oh, that was good. What happened there? You got a fifth camera that's just... Is that an internal? Is that endoscope cam? What was that fourth one?
I don't know what that was. Should I try it again? Let's see.
Yeah. That one.
It's a still shot. Yeah, there we go. I think that's a ghost image from when we were testing something else.
Could have been worse.
Could have been a lot worse. I almost got sneeze cam there. Right, let's check on comments while we're chatting. Is that what? Yep, I'm on the right cam. Yeah. 2.5 minutes. The man's a legend. There you go.
2.5 minutes. Twice.
Right, 2 times half minutes. There we go. Maybe that's what he was saying. Oh, look, Adam laughed, or he's crying. I can never tell. The two things are so similar. At least that's in my household.
Yeah, as a serious point, that one where it is the crying face, it's not unclear to me. Are we meaning it as laughter, or what do you do if you're crying?
I'm taking it every time, so it doesn't really matter. Bayerberg says Statler and Waldorf, the prequel. Is that?
Yeah.
Is that us?
I think it is, isn't it? Charlotte says, or just Stephen Eric and some smiley faces. We'll take some of those. Thank you very much for watching.
Thank you.
Let's have a look. What are we going here? Sal says, how about Steve giving an in-depth interview as Gollum? No one wants me. Chris,
copyright is the problem.
That is there. And Chris says, OnlyFans cam.
That's what that other one was.
Yeah.
The one that was... Yeah. Baking with James says, you could just cut your hair, Eric. Could you just cut your hair, Eric? That would help the, and then in parentheses, video quality. We wouldn't be able to see the mullet. It's not technically a mullet. Now, I can show you different angles of this, obviously. So the front view.
Of course
here, that's the front. This is, the mullet would be shaved across here, and you can see neither side is shaved. So that's more of the front again, but you can see that's the other side. So... that's not a mullet. I come from mullet territory. Port Angeles, Washington. Those are some prime mullet days, let me tell you.
Britt says, oh my God, Victoria was right. He's got chocolate pocket cam. Oh my days.
You know, if I could get another USB port in this little fucker, I will have that camera up and running by next week. Can you drill in an extra USB port?
Things we do for a little bit of Kofi action. Chocolate pocket cam.
If I turn off the audio, it could work.
Yeah, we don't want the audio. Don't have one with a camera with a microphone attached. We cross now to Eric.
Just have it on some sort of switch.
I can do Gollum and the sound of something being inserted into Eric.
Oh God. Martin says, on the subject of webcams, can we not go further, such as the colostomy cam? chocolate pocket style. Nice.
That's what people want.
I think our viewership would definitely do something if that's what we did.
Party in the front, says Baking with James, and party in the back then, Eric. Speaking of party in the back.
Party over here. Oh, yeah. Maybe this will be party cam. It's not just Kofi cam. It's party cam.
What have we done? We've created a monster.
It does kind of, because it's a different angle. I like that. Party cam.
Martin S says, Eric, you can buy some clippers and for about £15 and go Stephen Allen style.
All right. Yeah, I could, but I'm afraid if I ever cut my hair that short, it wouldn't come back.
Not just clippers, you have to spend hours with tweezers just really pulling out all the good ones.
Yeah, I know. I know that's the style choice that you made 20 years ago.
It takes ages. Beerberg says, by the way, you're not live on TikTok. Why? The younglings are congregating there. Large market, potential sponsors and all that crap. It's because TikTok requires us to go live portrait, not landscape. And then, so one of us would have to be on top, and just imagine the discussions. Imagine how long the meetings have been.
To get you on that side of the camera, as it were. Right. Well, should we crack on with my final story? We've got, so again, give us a like on the YouTube channel, please. You can subscribe if you want to really commit. And of course, if you want me to go back to Party Cam later on, you could drop us a Ko-fi and we'll check things out there. So, Steve, this was a problem I didn't quite know what to call it. And it actually kind of ties in to your Mars story a little bit. We seem to be linked tonight. Is it when do we get to come on the moon? And I don't mean actual space travel. I mean this, as in when do we actually get to have sperm on the moon? Because scientists plan to shoot a massive load of sperm at the moon. Now, that is a launch that I'm sure Elon Musk would be keen to have us watching, because he's a bit of a cock. But it's nice, and as a follow-up image of that, I thought a natural thing for us to do on this show would be for me to have come up with an image of what that would look like, of a great deal of that on the moon. And I thought, no, I'm not going to do that to the nice viewers here. I could have started talking about the cheese on the moon. I'm not going to get into that. But don't worry, because this is actually a real thing. It's not a made-up story proposed by real scientists. And you can tell because the next clip is so dull. Here's their idea.
And thus we need a modern ark that is safe and away from all the possible Earth's cataclysms.
We need a modern ark, Mr. Bond, to take away the cataclysms. There's nothing like a slightly Germany, I don't know what accent that is, but it's basically in case of a disaster, in case of all the things we know are happening in the world, it's basically to have an ark sent to the moon. We don't know, of course, exactly everything that will be in the ark. We don't know if there'll be any unicorns if they make it this time either. And of course, I'm not talking about the fictitious horse with a horn. I'm talking about a real unicorn, Steve, which is a single woman that a couple looks forward to having a threesome. I've heard they exist.
I was going to say, good luck getting sperm out of that, but actually...
that would be the best way to do it. So what exactly do they want to save? They give us an idea here.
And so what will be saved in the ark? We would house around 6.7 million species, of which 5.1 million species are fungi, 0.3 million plants, and 1.3 million species of animals. These, what will be stored will include seeds, sperms, eggs, and DNA.
Okay, all right, I can see that. Although that much fungi, I mean, if you need 5.1 million examples of fungi, just open up my fridge. I mean, you don't need to go to the moon, mate. It's there. I've got it already.
Same for sperm and eggs.
You've been around the house, haven't you, Steve? But that's where they were talking about sending sperm to the moon. And obviously, a little clickbait with that headline. But you do have to think, like, how are they going to do that? I mean, this is a very big logistical problem. They've got to get all this stuff. How are they going to store things like sperm on the moon? And this is some of the technology they're going to use.
What is it?
Essence of man.
Essence of man?
Yeah.
I love her eyebrows at the woo at the beginning there. A little bit from the documentary. So that's not how they're going to do it. Of course, it's going to be a little bit less erotic, or not quite as erotic. This is actually sort of the plan itself.
And so we have elevator shafts for transporting cryopreserved material, in addition to a goods elevator shaft.
Talk a lot about shafts in that presentation. That's all I'm saying. They've really gone to sensationalize this. But you know what? So now they're thinking about sending all the sperm to the moon and eggs and other things and fungi. And this is just when I was thinking, now is the time to make a move, literally to the because I saw this headline, is that you can get yourself a house on the moon for $325,000. I've lived in London all these years. That's a fucking steal. It's a month. Oh shit. $325,000 a month. And of course, you'll notice that the first thing they've done is they said you can go live on the moon, but then immediately the banks swoop in there and they're talking about getting a mortgage already. It's insane. Look at this. It's the next headline right here. They're already starting. They want to. I've been on lockdown for a year. I'm self-employed. The Kofi's not going to cut it. I'm never going to get that mortgage. I'm never going to be able to buy a house. I was thinking maybe the moon would be as far as I need to go. Because I know we saw that 80 pence house in Wales, and I'm not going to do that. I'd like to live someplace with decent atmosphere. I know it's terrible considering on Tuesday I had a good friend from Wales watching the show, and she gave a really nice donation. I felt really bad afterwards. But of course, Steve, I know you like your science. So what do these houses look like on the moon? This is what the floor plan looks like. So it's got living quarters and that kind of thing, and your little on the right hand side is where you change your spacesuits and that kind of thing. Although I was looking at, if you look a little bit closer, we can zoom in with the next image here coming up. Let's see, nuclear reactor, and that's next to the kitchen and the sleeping quarters. Now I understand why they need to put all that sperm on the moon, because once you live in there for a few weeks, my tiny little soldiers ain't gonna make it that long.
Wowzers.
The soldiers are tiny. I should point that out. The rest is... I don't have massive sperm. That would be really uncomfortable.
One big one.
All it takes. McElroy sperm.
Well, wowzers.
So there you go. Would you move to the spoon? Would you move to the sperm? See? Would you move to the moon?
I'm so I got confused. Those two stories aren't linked, or is it that if you move to the moon that they will require a contribution?
Well, my concern is that if you think, oh, I'm going to move to the moon, and then next door they're going to build a sperm plant. It's typical. So, not NIMBY. Not in my neighborhood.
Yeah. I'm sure that's how you spell. Not in my neighborhood.
Not in my...
NIMBY.
What does NIMBY stand for?
Not in my backyard.
Not in my backyard. Yeah.
Someone's been sleeping a little bit too close to the reactor. Yeah, no, I like the idea that they give you the mortgage, but you've got to leave a deposit. So many things about the idea of calling it an ark, which really would have changed the biblical story if it weren't like these animals 2 by 2. If Noah just had to sit there tugging off every beast.
Yeah, but it was only one family, I think, on the ark, wasn't it? So that's better than the incest that they were. Did they bring wives?
Yeah.
Can't remember.
But yeah, it's still
Good
only
times.
2 of every animal. But I guess it would have been a smaller ark if all he had to do was get samples from all of them. But good luck with a tiger. Anyway. Not in my backyard. Back to Dr. Hillary. Prostate exam, says Chris Curling on Trovo.
There we go. Let's see. I've gone to comment cam. Are you on comment cam? You're not on your own comment cam. Am I? Wait, no. I did the wrong button. There we go.
I did see during that there was a message from Brit that was one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen. Where is it?
What?
Essence of Stephen Eric equals bum candle.
Oh.
I don't know.
Works for Gwyneth Paltrow. Could work for us. The usage of the word shoot, this is also from Brit, for getting sperm samples on the moon made the cat and fiddle feel sick.
Which explains what having a fiddle means. Okay. That's one of our sperm banks, says Chris. Scientists always shoot for the moon, but there's Kleenex to hand. Brings a whole new meaning to Operation Moonshot. Oh, dearie me.
Oh. Rick has said, are you saying that TikTok is anti-alternative orientations?
Yeah. Because one of us has to be on top, and then we just can't resolve that issue.
Yeah, we prefer to be side to side. It's like spooning.
Tracy says, I would gladly pay for my ex-husband to go and live on the moon. Well, get a mortgage. Make him sleep right next to the nuclear reactor.
Yeah.
It's win-win.
There you go. It's a good way to do it.
Martin S. seems surprised. He says, Eric has friends in Wales. He had until he did all those offensive
So
jokes.
I did those. Just some terrible jokes. But she'd already given the money.
Yeah. How big is a sperm whale's sperm? Says Sal. Oh, God. Imagine if it's just like... What's the thing the Klingons eat in Star Trek? I imagine it looks like that. Live gok. Just a theory.
I don't know if you're allowed to say that about Klingons.
Does your gok smell like fish? Oh, it's sperm whale again.
Gok one. It's different.
Well, I mean, look at this. I think we've nailed another one.
Just going to check on Party Cam. Hey, having a good time watching the show? Give us a like and subscribe.
Peace.
How was that?
And all those other social media things. Recording yourself from the moon. You just know that Mars rover thing's got an Instagram account. Anything for the gram, dude.
Yeah, if you're just listening to the Mars rover, you can't hear the aliens.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm better go back to comment cam to check some of the other ones. Party cam says Martin S. I'm just going to double check some of these.
Which cam? Where am I? Lost track. Yeah, I'm there. Too many cams.
It's addictive though. As soon as you know you got extra cams to play with, it does it pulls you in. Next thing you're just sitting around.
It's gonna just move this setup into the bathroom. So
on that bombshell.
0898. Somebody gave you a party cam. 0898. Call now. Party cam. Hold on.
Yeah. 0898.
Party cam. Party cam.
Make new friends on the telephone. We should do because we've been looking for different kind of things to do for promotional stuff. We should do an advert like that that's just us like lifting weights and stuff. Make new friends on the telephone.
But I think we want people to watch the show, Steve.
I'm not so sure.
That's the problem.
We do all right as it is. We don't want, we don't want to be bothered by too many people.
We're like a secret.
Yeah. Secret cinema, but online and not in any way like secret cinema. Although if you do want to get together and watch my 2007 epic Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, we can make that happen.
Yeah. I used to run a gig in Farncombe. Do you remember the Farncombe gig?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a place called Upstairs at the Cavern, because all good caverns are upstairs. Basically, it got to the point it was a monthly gig, and it was only live entertainment in Farncombe. There's nothing else going on except for dealing in ketamine. And basically, it was the same 15 people that came every show. And it was almost like they were refusing to tell anyone else about it because they all loved it. We all got to know each other and stuff. But it was the point was like, when other people want to buy tickets to this, do you turn them away downstairs? It was insane. Yeah. It's like a secret niche thing. And that's what we're striving for on YouTube. We know the whole world could watch. We don't want that.
We don't want to go viral. Not during a pandemic. Good God.
No. Once I've had my vaccine.
Rick asks an interesting question. Or brings an interesting point up. I'm now thinking I need double cams for my next Zoom meeting. Yeah, you do.
Can be done. Yep. I could do the setup for Zoom as well. Except I don't have any meetings.
Although it would be great to be in that meeting, front cam, going, well, I thank you very much for that presentation, and I'll take your advice under advisement. However, you're stupid.
We're just like, and now it's party time! That'd be good. I think everyone should do it. Maybe we should just do tutorials on how to spice up your Zoom meetings.
Yeah, we make more money out of it. Britt says CSP is all our dirty little secret. It is. That's exactly what's going. It is with some of those comments about bum candles.
Yep, There we go. Have we done? We're well over. I think the cams have added extra time. So we should thank you for watching. We should point out many of you have liked the videos you've been watching. Thank you very much for that. You can, of course, subscribe to the channel. You can contribute to the show because that keeps us here, keeps us in cams, is what it does. And let's see, what is we have a new goal on the homepage. I forgot what it was already. Our new goal.
Pillows.
Oops. Did we do screen pillows?
Was it buying
did we do no
Pocket Square?
Hire a cow to hug for an hour.
Ah, that was it.
We're 25% of the way there for one of us to get to hug a cow, which if you're wondering what that story is about, go back and watch Tuesday's show, because that's what you can also do on the YouTube channel, is watch back all of our previous shows, going back for almost a year.
Nearly. Oh, Chris Curling points out we could have a screen pillow cam. Oh, imagine that right up close on the face.
I think that's what that fourth cam was.
Yeah.
You just go back to that. That was...
Yeah. That's, it feels like this is like a question of sport, and you've got to identify the sportsman for it. I think that's an arm and a hip. I think that's what's going on there.
I think that was what it was.
But which cricket player was it? It's difficult to know. But the
I'll
other
never
thing,
tell.
Raising money for the pocket square sock. And we had the suggestion for, that we should call it the, what was it? So it's the socket square, because it's a socket pocket square. And then we can actually start selling these. It looks like a pocket square, you pull it out, it's a pair of socks. There's money to be made here. Come on.
How come nobody's done that before? Maybe because it's a stupid idea.
Britt says, Steve, you're the one that came up with bum candles whilst mocking Gwyneth Paltrow's Smells Like My Fanny Candles ages ago. Don't blame me, as if I would ever do any sort of jokes about Gwyneth Paltrow's foof smell.
Yeah.
Why did she not just bring out an air freshener? Seems weird. Anyway.
Go back and watch previously on Comic Solving Problems.
And yeah, chuck some money in the pot. Thank you very much for all the sharing, the clicking of likes and all that stuff. You could subscribe to the podcast as well. That's a thing. Search for us on iTunes. We're on there.
And
you can watch all of the old episodes on Pirate Bay, the illegal torrent website, because all of the shows, apart from 2 of them, have been put up there.
Okay. Definitely something I'm not going to do.
I don't know why you're not into it. We're an underground hit, damn it. We get downloaded by BitTorrent. This is the future.
Yep. Definitely want people watching us who are stealing material.
Okay. We're underground. We're secret. We're selling bum candles. All right. We're not going to go mainstream.
We're starting to do our extra bonus Patreon show live, so we better stop. So there we go. We're back on Tuesday.
Yeah. Till then, have yourself a good one. Bye.
Bye.
You want to go bye on the other cameras?
Oh, yeah. Hold on. I've lost my clicking. Goodbye.